Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm really pleased to be running this LinkedIn Live. Alongside of me is Charlotte. Charlotte heads up our new service, AGC Digital. And we were finding that members within the Accountancy Growth Club were asking us, they were going, Heather, Dan, I don't have time to do this. Can someone do my marketing for me? You're great giving me advice, coaching, but I need someone to do it for it. And for a while, we've been very quietly testing it, and we're now proud to go live with our new service, AGC Digital, because we realised, don't we, Charlotte, that not everyone wants to become a member of the club. So really, today is all about how do you stop that feast and famine with your new business? Because we know working with growing businesses, growing accountancy firms, not just growing businesses, but growing accountancy firms, often they're held back, that lurching between the too many leads, not enough leads, too many leads, not enough leads. So what are we going to be looking at today? Well, we're going to look at the common pot fills. You can tell I've been doing too much, haven't I, locally? Not pot fills, pitfalls, not potholes. We're going to look at the 3 common pitfalls which accountants struggle with, which leads to either little or no new business. Wins. We're going to look at how to implement the 5P model, so we're consistent with the business development, but also we're going to talk about how some of the AGC Digital members, how people we work with are getting great results with minimum effort for their business development. Charlotte, have I missed anything?
No, that's everything.
Do you want to start with your first question for me? Because Charlotte's going to ask me the questions.
Yes, I think the important one is, why is it so important to do business development, and especially regularly?
And the problem is you and I know, because you, Charlotte, you used to work for what I would call a big firm, but we're talking 3 to 4 offices down in the southwest, accountancy firms, that great marketing results don't come from doing these things. They don't come from the big one-off gestures of being at the trade show or doing this, doing that. What they actually come from is the day-to-day little things of turning up consistently, putting, some of the best business developers I've worked with aren't what I would call natural people persons. What they're really, really good at is just doing a little bit every day. And marketing is about this rolling stone that goes down a hill that gathers moss. If you stop the stone, it stops rolling, and then the leads finish. And it's about, how do you keep this going? If you don't keep doing it regularly, you stop. And it's much, much harder to get things going again once they've stopped. Much harder to get things going against once they've stopped. And this is the issue. So it is all about consistency is the answer to getting a steady stream of new business leads in.
And you even find that on social media, where if you stop posting, the algorithm doesn't like that. It pushes you to the back. So you're not seen as this valuable person. People don't trust you as much. So consistency is key.
Yeah, and interesting, I saw something today that says LinkedIn has even changed again and is now tending to reward people that turn up every day and post. So I've sort of gone into I don't have to be there every day. I just need to have 4 or 5 good posts. And I'm wondering why I'm struggling to get more than 3,000 views on my posts anymore. But you learn a new thing every day, don't you?
But how do we do this? How do you be consistent and get past that struggle?
Yeah, so I think the first thing is to think about the struggle. So you and I, Charlotte, and you work with a lot of people that just go, Charlotte, just tell me what I need to do. I just want good quality leads. And it comes back to the problem, isn't it? Is they don't know what to do. So they don't know where to start. So they often put it into that too hard box, because we all have that too hard box. They put it into that too hard box, and so nothing happens. That's the problem. And so and often you and I work with people and they go, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Or I read this and I need to do that. And we're like, whoa, just calm down. And very often, I know when you and I have looked at an accountant's plans, we go, right, okay, get everything you want to do out, and we cut it by about 90%. It's that kind of stuff. So it's I don't know how to get started. I don't know what to do. So I get overwhelmed. So you've got that camp over there. You've then got what I would call the I've bought every single tool out there. I've got my 5 cornerstone pillars. I've got my content. I've got my pay-per-click. I've still got my BNI membership. Da, 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 da. And those ones are just doing too much. They spread themselves too thinly. And it's almost because they probably don't have the right messages. So we see a few of those. And once again, we slash their marketing budget. The third ones I see is they've got really good intentions. They know what they need to do. And then the work hits, doesn't it? Because that's the problem, isn't it? With a growing business, what you often don't have time to do is sit there and go, let me think about what today's LinkedIn post should be. Or, oh, I know I need to put a newsletter out to my clients. Oh, I haven't done it for the last 3 months. Oh, it's embarrassing, so I'm not going to do it. And then it just gets worse, doesn't it? So I think these are often the struggles. Too much work, too many toys, so you spread yourself too thinly, or you don't know what to do, so you don't do anything. And I think these are the struggles. So how do people get those done? I think is the next question. And I talk about the 5 Ps. So the first one is, do you have a plan? And I know that's the first thing you do with when AGC Digital people come on board, isn't it, Charlotte? It's like, right, okay, what matters? What is our plan? And I say to people, do you have a plan? They go, yeah, of course I have a plan. I say, no, where is the plan? Oh, it's in my head. That's not a plan. I said, right, where is your plan? Oh, I have a plan. I said, when did you last look at it? Oh, about 3 months ago. That's not a plan. You know, a proper marketing plan starts with, what am I trying to achieve? How many leads do I need? What are the activities I'm going to do? How am I going to do this? What does that look like? And it is updated every single week. Because most of us are planned on what I would call at best wish lists. So the first thing is you need the plan. The next thing is you needed prospects. So what do I mean by prospects? So prospects can be introducers, they can be current clients, they can be, you know, good places to target. But I see those as, if you've only got a certain amount of time and you know you need to generate $5,000 of extra new work each month, what are you going to place your energy on? And I often say to people, look, the best place to get new business from is those that already owe you money, because you've done the work. So spend some time getting the bill paid. So that's first thing ticked. The second thing I say to them is, right, what about those that they've said yes to do the work, you've just got to get the work done. Let's focus on that and get the invoice out. So I always say, look, go first of all to the stuff that is nearest to, I'm in the money, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you go out, and that I often talk about as that kind of prospect stuff. And you know what, Charlotte, you and I have often talked, and we talk with AGC Digital clients, and it's like, look, if you want to generate new business quickly, let's get you talking to your current clients. How can we help that? Can we get valuable content to them every single week, month, whatever? Can we connect with them on social media? Because that is your fastest way to do that. So the next thing to do, the next P is prioritize. Because you can do a newsletter, you can do this, you can do that, and often, particularly when I'm working with people in practice, they want to do it all. They want to do it all, and I'm like, no. We've got to prioritize. What are you going to do? What's going to happen? So it's a little bit like prospect, but sometimes, you know, with the bigger firms, they're like, somebody just moved into town, I'm going to work on them. Or say, for example, the accountant that works in a co-working space, and you've got 50 real business owners around you, you could go, right, actually, that's part of my prospects. I'm going to look at how I convert 10 of those people that are my neighbors into my clients. It could be that simple. So we've done plan, we've done prospects, we've done prioritize. Next thing is push down. Who needs to do stuff so that you have time for this? Now, often, Charlotte, you and Robbie gets called in because even when people have done that, they still don't have time for this. And actually, that's when having an outsourced marketing partner is AGC Digital, because, Charlotte, I'm not going to embarrass you with your age, but you were working a certain number of years with an accountancy practice before you saw the light and you joined us, weren't you?
The thing is, whether you've got that, if you haven't got this room for that internal team, it needs to be outsourced, because you don't have the time to focus on finding that inspiration, finding the content, and then actually doing it and posting it, getting it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the nice thing about you, Charlotte, is you spent a number of years, you know, maturing as a marketing person in a, was it 9-10 partner practice, 3 offices, whatever. And the great thing is you are your own business owner. So you have a very precious gecko, who gets to try out all the gecko houses and bridges that you build and then sell on Etsy. And so you have that nice little freelance sideline where, so you do know what e-commerce is. You obviously know what a bridge is for a gecko. Things I never thought would be important, but it means you understand what accountants are trying to do and how they're trying to do it. So the last P is pace. Because people try and do this all at once. They want to go and run at it. And you know what? It's about little and often. So those are your 5 Ps: plan, prospect, prioritize, push down, pace. Now, one of those push downs can be to somebody like AGC Digital, because you're working with one of my members right now, aren't you? And I remember that when I first started working with them, they got loads of leads through the door. We're in the money. And they were using automated means, so automated LinkedIn, automated pay-per-click. They then started to get really busy. They then realized who were their ideal client. And when they looked back at who they were getting through the automated pay-per-click, that wasn't the type of client they wanted. And what they found was they were getting a lot of small, price-sensitive, that led to sharp-pointed operational peaks. That they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to have another run up to Christmas, difficult January with what they said were price-sensitive clients that didn't want to work the way they wanted to. So we looked at the automated marketing stuff, didn't we? And we're like, well, is this really servicing you with what? Every so often, once every 3 to 6 months, they'd hit the jackpot and it would all be worthwhile. But when we kind of did that mirrored back to them, we said, it's not time here. So first thing we did with them was we looked at their messaging, didn't we? Who do you want to attract? Oh, it says, come on in. We work with everyone. Oh, dearie me. So we helped them tighten that up. It wasn't a full-scale website. The website structure was fine, wasn't it? It was just there were some key pages missing. And there were key messaging missing. So it was a bit of tightening up. And I know Becky and the team did a great job with that tightening up. So we also made sure that, first of all, when they were doing this automated stuff, they weren't just putting it to the homepage of the website. So it was targeted action. But still, they weren't quite getting the right side. So they took the decision to switch it off, didn't they? And they invested in AGC Digital, particularly with LinkedIn on our LinkedIn engagement service, where we create posts for them. We act as them on LinkedIn. And the early stages are very encouraging, aren't they? From what I understand is within a month, they've got their first lead. And to be fair, that they said, well, it wasn't a good lead, but they got their first lead through that. I believe they're 3 months in and have the leads they've got through paid for their work already, something like that.
Yep.
They know it's a long haul. I think it's something like between they're now getting up to that level of what they're wanting, which is 3 or 4 good leads every month that they convert most of. And they're very, very happy. But the great thing about it is they spend, is it half an hour a month or half an hour a week with you and the team?
There's half an hour a month. And then ad hoc, they'll get in touch and give us some ideas for their posting. But that's just 5 minutes out of their day.
Yeah, that's it. And everything else has just been, that's all they do. It is just about being present on LinkedIn, having a consistent message. They've just come out of a really busy period. And you said to me, well, first of all, we got our monthly meeting outside of that busy period. And you said, well, for the last couple of weeks where we didn't want to bother them, we made suggestions for their posts and they just signed it off. So, that is, as hands off as perhaps you can get. So, Charlotte, I know one of the things we've developed is the business development checkup.
Yes.
So do you want to just put in the chat box the link to it? So if you're kind of going, well, actually, how am I doing with my business development? Is it working for me? In the chat box, and we'll make sure that it's on. We'll make sure it's on the comment here. It's our business development checkup, which measures you in 12 areas and looks at where are you losing business and where are your opportunities. And it's the first thing that you will do with a member, isn't it, Charlotte, or a client of AGC Digital? And for those of you that are wondering, you don't have to be a member of the Accountants Growth Club to take the AGC Digital service. After all, not everybody wants preferential rates. coaching community. They just want someone to do the marketing for them. So absolutely fill in our business development checkup, see how you measure up, see where your opportunities are. You'll get customized, personalized results from that. And also there's a link to book a call with Charlotte to discuss those results. Have I missed anything, Charlotte?
No.
So
the whole point is we can have a targeted approach then.
Yeah.
It helps guide your marketing activities from that.
Yeah. Excellent. Right. I think it's time to say goodbye from me and goodbye from you. And we will hopefully, if you are interested, come and speak with Charlotte, come and speak with myself. We can help you without all of the regalia of the club with your marketing. Just, whether it's a bit of social media, a bit of content marketing, redo your website. We've been doing it off and on for years with our members, with selected freelancers. All we've done is just put it together in a package. But of course, our Accountants Growth Club members, they get preferential rates because we like them. So thank you very much. And do put your comments, likes if you've enjoyed this. Speak to you soon. Bye.